Welcome into our Week 4 edition of Cover 1 The Film Room. I'm your host Erik Turner, and I'm rolling solo this week, but don't you worry, we have you covered. Let's jump into the film from Josh Allen's 16-10 loss to the Patriots. Alright, the first play we're going to look at is Allen's second throw of the game. It's the first quarter. It's 2nd and 10 with the ball on the Bills' 24-yard line. The Bills are in an 11 personnel trip set with the nub tight end into the boundary. They run a levels concept with several in-breaking routes across different levels of the field in an attempt to high-low the second-level defenders. But the Patriots play man coverage, which is fine because Allen has an easy throw to running back Frank Gore to the flats. But Allen fails to execute the routine pass. As you can see, Patrick Chung is in the box, pressed up on tight end Dawson Knox. So either edge defender Kyle Van Noy or linebacker Jamie Collins has Gore out of the backfield. On the snap, Van Noy rushes the passer, forcing Collins to work through traffic. You can see Allen staring Collins down. The drop is smooth, but as he hits the top of his drop, he fails to set the hallway properly. He doesn't get the arch of his back foot, the right foot, to his target. He is essentially in a position to throw it to Knox, but needs to be a half a click wider to Gore. Then, he fails to properly follow through. You could argue that the follow through didn't happen because of the pressure from Van Noy, but I don't think that's an issue here when played in real time. The throw sails incomplete, and Dable's plan of getting Allen in rhythm early starts off on the wrong foot. Alright, the next play we're going to take a look at is Josh Allen's first interception of the day. It's 1st and 20, and the Bills are in a trips bunch set. The Bills run a flood concept with John Brown running the post. On the snap, Allen scans left to right, and to his left he sees the corner man turn into Andre Roberts. But it isn't man coverage. The Patriots play a combo coverage that structures very similarly to a Tampa 2 look, but it's dressed up just a little to confuse Allen. With 2 deep safeties, otherwise known as middle of the field open, I understand why Allen wants to hit Brown to the post. But the route to the weak side of the formation isn't pulling the weak safety Devin McCourty off his spot. Now, you could make a case that Roberts converted his route into a deep comeback because he perceived it as man coverage as well, but only the staff knows the answers to this. Where Allen should be looking is a natural high-low of the cornerback that the out routes by Cole Beasley and Dawson Knox are running. As the corner bails to take away Beasley's route, the ball should be dumped down to Knox with a damn good chance that he can get a big chunk of yardage after the catch. Instead, Allen wants it all on 1st and 20. I do like how his eyes are downfield, how he steps up in the pocket to avoid the edge pressure, but all that scanning was for nothing. He throws it deep and McCourty picks it off. Just a bad read and decision by Allen. Take what the defense is giving you. It's what all of us want you to do. The next play is a 1st and 10 situation with the ball on the 37-yard line. The Bills are in an 11 personnel empty set. The Patriots play man coverage to the top of the screen as the Bills run a follow concept with TJ Yeldon on Jawan Bentley. Make note of that matchup. To the bottom of the screen, they run a snag spot variation with Beasley going to the flats. This is essentially the same pass Allen completed to John Brown on the curl route last week, and a concept Allen is extremely comfortable with. The problem here is quite obvious. His footwork is terrible. He separates his left hand from the ball to start the delivery, but steps far too wide of his target. You guys have seen us break down this concept several times. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. This was a gimme, and it definitely prolonged the frustration Josh Allen had experienced from the first throw of the game. On to another play where Allen just needs to take what the defense is giving him. The Bills are behind the sticks again with a 2nd and 15 situation. The home team is in a 2x2 set, and they run a shallow cross concept. This is a very good concept against cover 3, but Dable and his staff don't get that coverage. Instead, they get cover 1. Unfortunately, the concept called, one that Allen has shown progress in by hitting the shallow cross by Knox or the middle hook by Beasley, doesn't have a good man beater concept built in. But it does have an outlet built in, and Allen fails to make it to his final option in the progression, TJ Yeldon, running a flare route. Instead, Allen tucks it and runs, and nearly fumbles the drive away. If there's one play that shows how off his game Allen was, it's the next play we are going to take a look at. It's 2nd and 9 at the Patriots' 35-yard line, and the Bills run a post-dig concept. The post route is being run by John Brown, and the dig route by Cole Beasley. The Patriots bring the house and play cover 0, so there are no deep safeties. They dare Allen to find the correct receiver. Now, I wish I could tell you who the hot route actually was, but my best guesses are either Lee Smith or Cole Beasley. With no deep safeties, I understand why Allen wanted to just give Brown a shot, but given how he handled the pressure, the chances of completing this were very low. Instead, Allen probably could have hit Beasley. You see he has off coverage and immediately snaps his head around knowing that pressure was being sent. But Allen decides to throw it while he is fading away, which makes this throw nearly impossible to complete, and is essentially a throwaway. On to Allen's second interception of the day on this deep shot call on 1st and 10. Brian Daboll sends out 12 personnel to help block this play up, one where he sends Zay Jones to the front pylon and John Brown on a deep comeback off of play action. With the Patriots in a single high man coverage look, this play should get at least one of the receivers open. Too bad that open wide receiver wasn't Robert Foster, but you gotta admit Jones was open. What the corner JC Jackson does is get into a trail technique. That takes away Allen's preference of throwing the deep crossing pattern with velocity rather than touch. The coverage technique forces Allen to have to throw it up and over Jackson. Jones has the vertical separation, and the safety isn't a problem. The problem was that the little pressure that Allen receives in the pocket forces him to slide left, making it difficult for him to get his feet right, and he's forced to throw it with all arm, and the ball sails on him. The other caveat to this play is that if his confidence level in this throw was low, he did have an outlet in Frank Gore, but I imagine Allen would take this throw 10 times out of 10 if his receiver has that type of separation. Top of the second quarter, and now we get into a positive play. One of several run-pass option passes called by the Bills. These are timing throws typically through tight windows, and Allen has been nailing them. The Bills run wide zone action and have Dawson Knox and John Brown run a slant flat combination. Allen handles the off-target snap, executes the mesh with his eyes on the conflict defender. That defender hangs out in no man's land, so Allen quickly gets his feet right and gets the ball to Brown for a 14-yard gain to start the drive. It was a very good throw with pressure in his face, through the Patriots cover 3 defense. Alright, let's keep the positivity rolling. On the next play, Allen and the offense are in a 2-minute drill and send out an empty set formation. Allen sees the aggressive man coverage, so he checks to a slot fade to Dawson Knox. I honestly think that this is what the Patriots want Josh Allen to do. It's a low percentage pass, well beyond the sticks, but one that Allen is more than capable of making. Allen takes the snap and throws it with touch from the right hash of the 45-yard line to the outside shoulder of Knox, right to the Patriots' 26-yard line. Knox shows off his body control and ability to track the ball, with Patrick Chung draped all over him. Big things are coming from this rookie. To the second half we go. The Bills come out of the tunnel and put Allen in a no huddle and let him go to work. They send out a mesh wheel concept that Allen loves, and the second-year quarterback gets him started. In week 1, Allen tore up the Jets with this concept, and on this play, he again reads the play correctly. On the snap, Allen looks to his first read, TJ Yeldon, and realizes that he has him matched up with linebacker Juwan Bentley. Bentley has to work through traffic, which gives Allen time to throw a floater up the sideline that Yeldon adjusts to, then scampers for 23 yards. Much like their first drive, offensive coordinator Brian Daboll attempted to get Allen on track and in rhythm, with the game still within reach. 2 plays later on 2nd and 7, the Bills send out another trip set with the nub tight end into the boundary. This time, Allen wants to attack the Patriots linebackers again with Yeldon, this time on an option route. The Patriots aren't hiding their intentions. They play man coverage across the board and have Jamie Collins as the rat defender. On the snap, Van Noy closes the distance between he and Yeldon, meeting the running back at the line of scrimmage. This suffocates the option route, but the big back shrugs off the jam. Allen's worried about Collins, who is lurking in the middle, so he holds it and extends the play. He slides to his right to move Collins, at which time Yeldon goes into scramble drill mode. He becomes QB friendly by uncovering and finding open turf where Allen hits him. Out of the huddle and onto the next play, Allen looks to redeem himself on the short throw to the flats he missed earlier in the game. With the nub tight end into the boundary, the Patriots send a corner blitz, otherwise known as a cat blitz, from the boundary. Allen is attempting to throw it hot to Yeldon, but the corner is in the passing lane, so he pump fakes to get the corner to jump. With no contained player, Allen escapes the pocket and finds Beasley, who is running a shallow crossing route. Van Noy crashes hard into the right tackle Cody Ford, getting him to commit and soften the edge for Jackson, who is blitzing. So Allen knows that if he can get by the corner, there is no contain, and just like prior weeks, he does, and it leads to a big play. Allen and the offense went on to score on that last drive, and so the Bills are only down 3 points. They are facing a 1st and 10 situation with the ball in the 23-yard line, and Daboll dials up a very good call. He has a man-beater concept in the short area and a 3-level flood concept to beat zone coverage to the bottom of the screen. The route by Dawson Knox, otherwise known as a deep V, is the route I believe the Bills were looking for Allen to hit. As a ball is snapped, the Bills go to 5-0 blocking, or Hawaii in the Bills system. This just means that all of the linemen are manned up, 5-on-5. Right guard John Feliciano gets beat by Michael Bennett, so it flushes Allen to his right. This plays right into what Allen feels comfortable doing, right? He's escaping right, and coincidentally enough, has 3 targets to that side. Unfortunately for the Bills, Zay Jones, who is running the 9 route or clearing routes for the flood concept, rightfully goes into the scramble drill rules, which means since he is the deepest receiver, he is supposed to work back to the QB, Whoever is short goes deeper, so Brown should work deep. But because of the route by Knox and his timing coming out of the break, he and Jones are nearly at the same depth. So even though Jones uncovered from his defender, that defender Jackson is able to make a play on the ball. Now with all of that said, given the man coverage and down and distance, Allen should have just hit the mesh route coming across the middle. Once he escaped the pocket, he should have simply thrown it away and not attempted to get it to who I think he was targeting, in Dawson Knox.
All right, let's go back. Gene Steratore joins us right now. You've had a chance to look at this a few times. What have you seen here?
I have, Aaron, a very interesting play. As we see this defensive back possessing the football here, 1 foot is down. He has not completed the interception, and as that 1 foot is down, the ball is also contacting the receiver who is out of bounds. In my opinion, that puts the football out of bounds. That is not an interception. I have it as an incomplete pass because it is touching a player out of bounds prior to the completion finishing.
So, Gene, they clearly looked at it. Rolstead put the headset on, spoke with Al River on what do you think that discussion was?
I think they're looking, maybe they're looking at that bobble, and by the time the bobble then becomes a full possession, the number 11 from Buffalo really isn't touching the football. It's a very unique play. I don't know that I've ever seen it in my 20 years in the NFL.
On to the final play of this breakdown. We have to end on a positive note, so let's look at the throw from Brown to Allen. The Bills align in an empty set, and the Patriots once again play man coverage. Now you would think that after all of the inaccurate throws and bad decisions, that Allen would like to avoid any other mistakes. So maybe he would want to keep the throws outside. That's not who Allen is. In fact, he throws at the Patriots' best defender in Stephon Gilmore. He sets up beautifully and is in rhythm and throws a strike to Brown for 18 yards. This was his second to last throw of the game. Much like his Week 16 game against the Patriots last year, Allen was humbled physically and mentally by Bill Belichick, which means Allen can learn a lot from this Week 4 matchup.